In this video we are going to talk about the top 10 best Pete Davidson SNL moments. So before starting this video, like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel for future updates. The feud that Pete Davidson has been having with Kanye West has undoubtedly helped to boost his reputation in other parts of the world. However, in the United States, the comedian and actor has been a well-known figure for quite some time. After getting his big break on NBC's late-night sketch comedy show Saturday Night Live, the 28-year-old actor recently began diversifying his acting career by starring in a series of box office hits. His first big break came on SNL. However, Davidson's acting and comedy careers are not the only things that have kept his name trending on social media over the years. The New Yorker has also been linked to a number of A-list celebrities, some of whom he is believed to have dated and others with whom he is believed to have had a one-night stand or fling. The following is a list of the top 10 best moments from Pete Davidson's time on SNL. Number 10. Tucci Gang. Saturday Night Live, en anglais, 1975. You might be wondering how Lil Pump and the Devil Wears Prada could possibly be related to each other. A hilarious send-up of the underrated actor Stanley Tucci was performed as a parody of the young rapper's song titled Tucci Gang on Saturday Night Live. The number was called Tucci Gang. Davidson collaborated on the song's writing and is a big fan of the character actor in real life. Pete imitated Lil Pump's wild hair and rapid cadence, while Sam Rockwell, who hosted the show that week, put on a bald cap and transformed himself into the Tooch himself. Tucci was asked to appear in a cameo, but he was unable to due to a prior commitment. On the other hand, he did take the time to send in a video, which was ultimately incorporated into the finished version of the short. Number 9. Guy Code. Guy Code, 2011-15. In 2013, Pete Davidson was still grappling with the challenge of establishing himself in the world of stand-up comedy. The aspiring comedian joined the cast of Guy Code on MTV2 after making a guest appearance on an episode of the show Philosophy. Davidson, who has an odd outlook on life in the face of a child, went on an uncontrollable rant about various topics, ranging from sexting to going to the doctor. During his brief time on the show, it didn't take him long to differentiate himself from the other cast members and attract the attention of other networks like Comedy Central. This set in motion a snowball effect that eventually led to him being cast in a recurring role on Saturday Night Live. Initially, he appeared in a series of specials that were broadcast in rapid succession. Number 8. Jimmy Kimmel Live. 2003. Jimmy Kimmel will, once in a blue moon, have another comedian appear on his show, Jimmy Kimmel Live, to perform stand-up comedy. Getting a spot on Late Night with Jimmy Fallon, which is the longest-running late-night talk show on ABC, is no easy task. However, for up-and-coming comedians like Davidson, this is the ideal way to get attention. He absolutely slayed his set, which was no surprise given the success of his previous stand-up specials and appearances on Guy Code. Within the span of just 4 minutes, he used his signature brand of self-deprecating and controversial comedy to discuss his thoughts on topics such as universities, racial issues, and chick flicks. Number 7. Talk with Aquafina. Talk, 2014. The talk show Talk, hosted by the rapper and actress Aquafina, has welcomed a number of well-known guests in the past, including Lily Singh and Alia Shawkat, among others. She hosts each episode of the show from a unique location in and around popular cities, bringing attention to the unique cultures, environments, and people that can be found in each location. This format differentiates the show from more traditional talk shows. In a typical Aquafina fashion, Pete and Aquafina rap together about their significant height gap while joking around in a local bodega. They also asked passers-by ridiculous questions and made people laugh. During the course of the interview, it was abundantly clear that they took pleasure in each other's company because they kept giggling at each other's jokes and feeding off of each other's energy. Number 6. The Joys of Being 17. Time for the Comedies, 2012. This youngster brought a whole new meaning to the term comedy to the Broadway Comedy Club. Since Davidson has been performing stand-up comedy and open mics since he was 16 years old, it should come as no surprise that he does well when he is on stage in front of an audience. The highlight of the show was undoubtedly this particular segment, which also featured an amusing commentary on the song I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus. He makes a humorous commentary about health class and the drawbacks of attending an all-boys school, while playing up the fact that he is still a juvenile. This is done to his advantage. Because so few people in his line of work have access to this perspective, it provides him with the ideal opening to carve out a name for himself and become famous. Number 5. Return to SNL. The phrase Saturday Night Live, 1975. A stay in rehabilitation could mean the end of a person's career, but Pete's has only gotten stronger since his admission. Davidson went on Weekend Update to tell his story in jest rather than ignoring the obvious problem, which was an elephant in the room. Davidson's decision to check himself into rehab came as a surprise to many people because he had maintained for a long time that he couldn't be funny without marijuana. During his appearance on Update, he joked about being sober, masturbating in order to get all the bad kids out, and horse therapy. In case you were wondering, he put an end to it. Not only was his honesty admired, but we also love that he felt healthier and happier after it, and that he found his footing again at 30 Rockefeller, even though he did admit to using marijuana again in 2018 to help him deal with anxiety and his Crohn's disease. Number 4. Adam Devines' House Party. Referred to as Adam Devines' House Party, 2013-16. The combination of a meandering narrative with Adam Devines' stand-up routines made for an entertaining show called House Party. It featured cameo appearances from a number of up-and-coming comedians, including Kristen Schaal and Brooks Wheelan, who had previously worked on Saturday Night Live. In the episode from 2013 in which Davidson appeared, he made light of various common stereotypes, such as being a stoner from Staten Island. Again, making the most of his limited time slot, his timing was spot on, and so was his delivery. Pete repurposed parts of his older routines and added new material, which resulted in the audience laughing out loud. Because his sense of humor was the ideal match for Devines, he was able to seamlessly integrate into the group. Number 3. Chad. The phrase Saturday Night Live, 1975. Shortly after Pete became a member of the Saturday Night Live cast, he was chosen to portray Chad, an original character who had just been created. Not only is this a hilarious bit, but the sketches also demonstrate Davidson's ability to bring laughs despite having a constrained script to work with. Pete enjoys the spotlight without stealing it from the host of the week, resulting in a seamless blend of their respective roles. A number of well-known actors, including the incomparable Julia Louis-Dreyfus and Benedict Cumberbatch, have appeared in Chad alongside Chad. The audience has enjoyed their performances. In point of fact, a good number of viewers regard Chad as Pete's most successful on-screen character. Number 2. Resident Young Person. The phrase Saturday Night Live, 1975. Young adult who lives there. Pete Davidson holds the record for being the 4th youngest cast member in the history of Saturday Night Live. While he was performing on the show, he even reached the age of 21. In every way, Pete exemplifies what it means to be a millennial in the United States, whether he's discussing Harry Potter or the Sweet Leaf. He makes light of the fact that many people his age did not know very much about the government before the current political climate emerged by saying that it is a common joke. Since then, his generation has basically been frightened into being more aware, or woke as the young people say today. The millennial generation may not have been instructed on how to balance a checkbook, but they are well aware of their legal entitlements. Davidson deftly navigates this situation in a way that not only makes fun of, but also gives credit to his generation. Number 1. Justin Bieber Roast. A roast of Justin Bieber by Comedy Central, 2015. No one is safe, and those with sensitive souls should not enter. These are the kinds of questions that are asked during the roast specials that are broadcast on Comedy Central. Before moving on to the event's main target, Justin Bieber, Pete Davidson paid homage to his roots in the Wild 'N Out comedy show by concocting the ideal insult for each of his fellow roasters. The following year, he did the exact same thing to Rob Lowe from Parks and Recreation. Pete was joined by illustrious guests for his special on Justin Bieber, including Martha Stewart and roast master Kevin Hart. Pete's jokes about the Biebs were initially pretty mild, but he eventually delivered a couple of bombshells that left the audience speechless. Even while making jokes about the pop star's father, Pete did not hold back that night. What do you think about this video? Do let us know down in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear from us again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go.